Alright, people, what's up, everyone, and welcome to another reaction to another SunnyV2 video, and this is celebrities who unexpectedly turned their lives around. Alright, hell yeah, of course, Macaulay Culkin, my favorite, everyone knows this, everyone knows this, my favorite Red Letter Media cast member. Anyway, so, let's go. I guess this is a positive video. Usually SunnyV2 doesn't do like super positive ones. I guess it's gonna start negative and then be like, yeah, but like, look at this. Well, I guess also to be fair, the title is like slightly negative if you want to think about it. Like there's no hope here. Like celebrities who unexpectedly turn their lives around. Like I wasn't expecting them to. I called it quits on him. I thought he was done. Anyway, so let's get to it. Let's check this out. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's do it. Link in the description. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, and play.
Out of every celebrity we'll cover in this video, there are a few who have fixed their life like Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
Between 1996 and 2001, he was arrested on 6 separate occasions for some crazy different reasons. By this point, he'd already been a famous actor for roughly 10 years, although this didn't stop a judge from giving him 3 years in prison. Upon release, he managed to land a single TV show,
I hate a less than zero.
He was then fired from after police arrested him again, this time for walking around LA under the influence with
Ally McBeal? Was he in Ally McBeal? Was that what it was? Hold on, I want to see. I never watched a lot of TV. Or at least that shit. Was it Ally McBeal? It was something. It was definitely something. It was, I'm looking up. Yeah, it was Ally McBeal. I was right. Fuck you. Fuck you. You thought I wasn't right. I was right. Once again, Gore was right.
Without any shoes on. Given this also resulted in Robert Downey Jr.'s divorce, it's no surprise he'd state it was my lowest point in terms of addictions. At that stage, I didn't care whether or not I ever acted again, although thankfully this didn't happen. It appeared on Oprah stating,
I said, you know what, I don't think I can continue doing this. And I reached out for help and I ran with it. It's not that difficult to overcome these seemingly ghastly problems. What's hard is to decide.
Although with his reputation in the dumps, the only role he could land was in an Elton John music video, and when he did return to the big screen a full 2 years later, producers withheld 40% of Robert Downey Jr.'s income to ensure he wouldn't relapse midway through filming. Only 7 years after being released from prison, Robert Downey Jr. was cast as Tony Stark in
Iron Man's such a good fucking movie. Watch Iron Man now and then watch like what we got from the MCU recently, and fuck, man, it's so night and day. Like this is before even Disney owned Marvel stuff, because it was Paramount, right? This begin with
Man, which grossed almost $600 million at the
box. It's such a good movie.
Office and paved his way for another 7 Marvel movies, although Samuel L. Jackson's turnaround might be even cooler. He'd met his
I don't remember his beginning.
Alcoholic father only 2 times in his life, and having grown up in a broken home, it's no surprise that Samuel L. Jackson became an alcoholic himself. In his early 20s, he was booted from 2 plays on Broadway for his substance abuse problems, and by his early 40s, he was still an unknown actor with no money and a heroin problem. Samuel L. Jackson finally attended rehab at the age of 43, and amazingly, only 1 week after doing so, he'd star in a movie called Jungle Fever, which just so happened to be his major breakout role.
Once I got clean, everything kind of changed. The correlation between my career changing and me getting straight is very clear.
In just a couple of years after getting clean, Samuel L. Jackson starred in Jurassic Park, Star Wars, and Pulp Fiction.
Starred.
Which
good? Did he say Goodfellas? I think Goodfellas was it right after Jungle Fever?
Then turned into another.
Or before, I can't remember. Wait, did he say Goodfellas?
Samuel L. Jackson starred in Jurassic Park, Star Wars, and Pulp Fiction. Which
Goodfellas was 90. When was Jungle Fever? Hold on. Oh, he had a very small role in Goodfellas. Jungle Fever was, of course, it doesn't say. It was a year after Goodfellas. Okay, so Goodfellas was first, right? Or was that 92? No, it was 90. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. Anyway, just you know, figuring out the timeline. Yeah.
And turned into another 6 Tarantino movies, and his role in every single Avengers
film,
Marvel despite finding no
Who's the next actor? Is it going to be a Marvel character?
Success until the age of 43. Samuel L. Jackson has grossed more than any other actor in human history.
And you know what's really weird about that is that Samuel L. Jackson doesn't have that many starring roles. Like, he really doesn't. Like, all these other actors definitely do. Wow, Chris Pratt's that high. I guess that makes sense. Tom Hanks, of course. Even Zoe Saldana. That's actually crazy that she's up there. I guess, the Avatar movies. That's the main reason why. Wait, what? Oh, domestic. Okay. Worldwide, it's got to be even more than... Zoe Saldana might be one of the biggest ones. Because she must be. Because she was in the last 2 Avengers movies, which both did over $2 billion. And then, of course, the last 2 Avatar movies did $2 billion. What else was she in? She was in Guardians. All the Guardians movies, of course. Those did not $1 billion each, but pretty close. I'm trying to think. Fuck. I don't know. What else said she was in other big franchise things, right? I swear she was. Anyway, whatever.
With Robert Downey Jr. being right behind him.
Zoe Saldana being that high is crazy.
Rank number 2. This is good evidence that success is proportionate to struggle, which is a point often talked about by Oprah Winfrey. She was born to a single teenage mum who was living off welfare on a farm in Mississippi, and as a result, she was primarily raised by her grandmother, who dressed Oprah in stitched-together potato sacks and whipped her for reasons as petty as playing with the family's drinking water.
You get whipped, then they'd be annoyed that you were still sulking about it. You better wipe that frown off your face.
It's therefore no surprise that Oprah had run away from home at the age of 13, although this would lead to her first job as a part-time news reporter.
Was there supposed to be like an Oprah documentary series that never came out or something like that?
Which she was then fired from shortly thereafter.
Maybe it did.
I only came to co-host a talk show because I had failed at news.
With nowhere else to go, Oprah joined one of Chicago's lowest-rated TV shows, which then became the city's highest-rated talk show less than 2 months later, thanks to her presence. Her contribution was so important, the show was not only named after her, but would also become the most popular talk show in American history only 2 years later. In 2003, at the age of 49, Oprah ranked as one of the world's 500 richest people, also becoming the first black billionaire in human history. And while that's a redemption almost impossible to top, Fergie might come close.
I was about to say... I'm not gonna lie. I was about to say Fergus, for which is not a name in any form ever.
Graduating from high school as a straight A student, Fergie began using crystal meth every day at the age of 26, causing her to drop down to 90 pounds or 40 kilos, stating, "The drugs thing, it was a hell of a lot of fun until it wasn't." Given she experienced psychosis, dementia, and even hallucinations on a daily basis.
I started getting really paranoid. I went one day into this church, and I thought that the FBI and the SWAT teams were outside of the church.
Although this episode in the church also happened to be her
did she know they were? Some stealth. It's like Goodfellas. Like, you gotta stir the sauce. Alright.
Turning point.
She got over it, so it's fine.
And if I go out there and the FBI and the SWAT team's not out there, then it's the drugs and I'm stopping. So obviously I went outside of the church.
And it was! They were there!
Did you keep your promise?
I kept my promise.
That was it.
That was it.
Fergie kicked her meth addiction in 2002, just months before joining the Black Eyed Peas, where she'd find unbelievable success with Where Is the Love only 1 year later. Fergie has since had a child, built a net worth of $45 million, and is almost 22 years clean.
And while stop talking to Will.i.am, so it's all success. No, I don't know if that's true.
Wayne herself.
Will.i.am is a fucking moron.
Of only one drug, Drew Barrymore had to do so with many. Despite coming from an
but he's famous, meaning he's not, I guess. Because there's definitely nobody out there that's a moron that's just really rich. We all know that. Which I always find that funny when someone will say like, "Oh, but they're rich," but then like they'll talk about like Elon Musk and call him a fucking idiot. I'm like, if Will.i.am is a genius and Elon Musk is an idiot, then I don't.
Only famous Hollywood family, and landing one of the lead roles in E.T. at the age of 7.
This one is actually really sad.
Drew Barrymore was an alcoholic by age 11 and a drug addict by age 12. Put in a mental institution at age 13 and was legally divorced from her parents by her 14th birthday. She was therefore blacklisted from Hollywood at age 15, was cleaning
God damn, every year
toilets to make ends meet at 16, and by her 27th birthday she'd been married and divorced twice. Addiction had always been a major family problem.
Almost all of her ancestors were alcoholics.
And would even lead to her doing a nude Playboy shoot in 1995, which would actually become a significant turning point.
I didn't know that.
Steven Spielberg just so happened to be
I really didn't know
her
that.
godfather, and would send Drew Barrymore a blanket for her 20th birthday, attaching a letter with the message "Cover yourself up," also including the original Playboy images, which were altered to make her look fully clothed. From here, she made the choice to return to Hollywood, appearing in minor roles until her casting in The Wedding Singer roughly 3 years later. This then turned into
51st Dates, which is a really creepy premise as a movie, but I still like it. In spite of itself, I like that movie.
Charlie's Angels, making her one of the world's most well-known actresses, just like
how come you didn't bring up Scream? The fuck?
Lindsay Lohan, although for a
I guess I didn't want to talk about how she's in it for 4 seconds and then gets murdered.
Slightly different reason.
Yeah,
The Parent
Lindsay
Trap
Lohan.
gave her worldwide fame at the age of only 12, and by her 20th birthday, she'd acted in over 30 productions.
That show I Know Who
However,
Killed Me.
it'd be during one of
I Know
these
Who Killed Me is legitimately one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
movies called Georgia Rule that a letter was leaked implying that Lindsay's life was spiraling out of control. It read, "Dear Lindsay, you have frequently failed to arrive on time to the set. Today you did not show for work all day. I'm now told you don't plan to come to work tomorrow because you are not feeling well. We are well aware that your ongoing all-night heavy partying is the real reason for your so-called exhaustion. We refuse to accept bogus excuses for your behavior. Today your actions on Georgia Rule
But she had to get fucking blitzed.
discourteous, irresponsible, and unprofessional. You have acted like a spoiled child, and in doing so have alienated many of your
Who is this
co-workers
from?
and endangered the quality of this picture. Moreover, your actions
I mean, Georgia Rule was a shitty movie anyway.
have resulted in hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage. We
I
will
remember
not
seeing that movie back pretty close to when it came out, too.
tolerate these actions any further. The producer who sent this letter later stated she came to work every day after that. However, Lindsay's personal problems were only getting started. Just months after the letter went public, Lindsay checked herself into rehab for the first time, although this didn't seem to make much difference, as she was then arrested for driving under the influence. Over the following 6 years, Lindsay was arrested a total of 6 different times while she'd state, "It is clear to me that my life has become completely unmanageable because I'm addicted to alcohol and drugs." As a result, she'd lose contact
When did she start?
with her family and attend court-ordered rehab a total of 6 times, while almost every movie she was cast in during this period was a complete and utter flop. But as the negativity began to stack up, so did Lindsay's desire to get sober.
Was it over a period of time, or all of a sudden that maybe I do have a problem?
Over a period of time.
And in 2014,
Because Lindsay Lohan is a really good actress, and it was really a shame because she was really good. I mean, she probably still is really good. I feel like I haven't seen a movie. What was the last movie she was in? I'm sure she's in like little movies here and there, but
to document the process in an 8-part series with Oprah.
I've heard it was pretty good.
objective is, to maintain my sobriety.
And have you been sober since
Yes,
we
I
last
have.
met?
Yeah.
The show was given awful reviews. However, Lindsay
I
Lohan
thought I heard it was good. Maybe am I thinking of a different documentary series? I swear to God, there was a documentary about Lindsay Lohan that was pretty good.
was finally back on the straight and narrow. She moved to Dubai that very same year because there's a certain calmness that I find in Dubai. There's no paparazzi, no cameras, that's a big deal for me. Not to mention the strict culture has helped her to stay sober.
You don't see people going to liquor stores and drinking and that kind of thing. You can go out and have fun, but it's a different kind of fun that you have.
Lindsay has since fixed the relationship with her parents, gotten married, had a child, and even returned to the big screen. But while Lindsay's dark period could have likely been avoided, Liam Neeson's was tragically thrown upon him.
Because I want to say I know his backstory. All I remember about, like, whenever he talked about his backstory, the only thing I remember is when he came out just to say that he was racist once, and everybody was like, "Whoa, Liam! Wow, you're racist!" And he was like, "No, I was thinking racist stuff when I was younger, like way younger." Like, that's all he said, which I don't know why he had to bring it up, but whatever. It didn't work out for him, but I understood what he meant. He said at one point I did, and he was just like, I don't know why I immediately went. He was saying it was bad.
Success with every type of movie you can think of, Liam Neeson and his family had seemingly the perfect life. However, on the 18th of March 2009,
that's when his wife died, right?
all of this changed unexpectedly. Liam Neeson's wife, Natasha
She
Richardson,
had like a skiing accident.
was taking a beginner ski class in Canada when she fell and hit her head. The fall wasn't bad enough for her to ask for medical
Okay, I thought this was
attention.
gonna be like beginning of his life. Okay, no, this is later.
so she'd simply return to her hotel room and tell Neeson she'd taken a tumble in the snow. Well, it turns out her brain had been bleeding the entire time, and after
my mom's friend, he used to work with horses, and he fell off a horse at one point, and he was fine. Supposedly he was like, ah, shit, all right, well, whatever, and he just like, he got up, and then later on he had the same thing. He wasn't even that hurt. He said he was fine. And then he was dead like 2 days later.
Experiencing a splitting headache, she was rushed to the hospital and pronounced dead shortly thereafter. Neeson's final words to his wife were, "Sweetie, you're not coming back from this. You've banged your head. I don't know if you can hear me, but this is what's gone down." While one of their sons stated, "It was so sudden. When it's unexpected and it's just a complete freak accident, it really sort of messes with your mind whether you believe in fate or not." She was a terrific mother. Neeson never remarried after the incident. However, he and his son played the two main roles.
That's right. This movie I wanted to watch because it's his son, but also I want to say there's a scene. No, I don't want to say I've ever seen the scene where he talks about you want to talk about hentai or whatever. He's like, what? I'm sorry.
A movie called Made in Italy, the synopsis of which being almost identical to what they'd gone through in real life. Liam Neeson notably states in the movie,
"Disappointment is an absolute certainty. Everyone lets everyone down at some point. How you come back from that? That's romance."
With this redemption only being rivaled by Macaulay Culkin.
Okay, I don't know. All right. I mean, yeah, that's definitely turning your life around, but I feel like it's a little different. That's like getting over a tragedy more so than like they're like, I don't know. All right, you know what? I'm not gonna argue it. All right.
After starring in Home Alone at the age of only 10,
I mean, I don't want to say that wasn't as bad as other people's, but like there wasn't much to say there. Like they were sad and then they made a movie. Like I'm sure there was way more, but like what SunnyV2 did there was kind of, it was just like, it was sad. His wife died, and then he made a movie. That was literally all he explained. His wife tragically died, and they were sad, obviously, and then he made a movie. They didn't go through any of he had problems on set or whatever. Or, I mean, Liam Neeson's a professional, so I'm assuming he's a professional hitman too. I've got skills. Anyway, I can't do a Liam Neeson.
The world's most famous child star. He continued to appear in movies for another 4 years before choosing to retire at the age of 14 so he could live a normal life.
And then everything was fine, and then he joined Rich Evans and Mike Stoklasa and everybody else, and that's the end. All right, so that's the video. Hope you. All right.
Described by co-star Joe Pesci as being a really sweet kid and even at his age very professional.
He kept hitting me with fucking bricks, though.
Mature perspective to everything he does, in spite of being very young.
However, as
when Potty Monster came out, I was like, I think he's like 20 or something.
And became an adult, he'd go through many periods of turbulence. For starters, Macaulay Culkin's success ruined the relationship he had with his father.
Everything that he tried to do in his life, like I excelled at, like before I was 10 years old.
While his earnings of $23.5 million before his 15th.
Dude, if I had a kid that was like that good, I'd be so like, fuck it. Cool. Hell yeah. And also I'd be like, well, hey, my cum must be real good, bro. So I got something in me. That's good.
Also,
unless it's his fucking wife.
Caused his parents' divorce in that very same year.
Oh, but as the money pours in, the Culkin family falls apart.
I hate these fucking videos where they do the dramatic.
As Macaulay began to.
I mean, SunnyV2 doesn't. I guess he kind of does that, but like this style of it, like showing pictures of them looking sad and stuff. I guess that's kind of what SunnyV2's doing, also because he's just taking clips from that. But whatever.
Experiment.
I wanted to like drink 40s and get laid and smoke pot. That's what I wanted to do, and that's what I did.
And in 2004, he was arrested and briefly jailed for possession of weed. The Home Alone star, 24.
Whoa, no, weed.
Was given 1 year deferred sentences on each of the charges and ordered to pay $540 in fees, after which the tabloid press took this
that fucking picture,
photo and accused Macaulay of taking even harder drugs.
What?
He'd respond by stating, "No, I was not pounding 6 grand of heroin every month or whatever." Although at the same time, he would talk about drugs by stating, "I do love them, they're like old friends, but sometimes you outgrow your friends, and it's therefore no surprise that Culkin has..."
He just got a fucking star, too, at the Hall of Fame, or what the fuck's it called? the Hollywood thing.
since gotten sober. I wouldn't be the person I am today if I hadn't had drugs in my life at some point or another. I had some illuminating experiences, but it's also effing stupid. So besides the occasional muscle relaxer, no, I don't do drugs recreationally.
You're remarkably normal.
Oh, thanks. I know, people are struck at how normal I am. I'm just like, wow, really?
I like Macaulay Culkin. I really like him on regular media too.
My reputation through the maze
I guess
of being a famous
he had
child.
He had a I don't think he does anymore, but he had a YouTube channel called like Bunny Years or whatever. They were advertising on regular media for a little while. But I was like, you know, I like him, so I'm gonna watch some of the other videos, and they were pretty good. Like.
Macaulay Culkin recently had a baby, and is these days usually only in the press for positive reasons.
How about the Star? You didn't talk about you got a Star of Fame or whatever it's called. The fuck is the stupid ass thing called on ground? The Star, the people more important than you thing. That thing. Oh, here's a stretch. Ah! Oh fuck! Everyone hates Shia. Everyone hates Shia. That's me. That's Shia LaBeouf. He talks in a deeper voice. That's a child actor that should have probably been here, honestly. Oh, actually, no, he didn't turn his life around yet. No, never mind. It was the opposite. Everything was good, and then, like, as a kid, and then, woo, you know. So, anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Next time. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.